The play-in stage of the Chess.com Classic is officially behind us. We move on to match play tomorrow, and no man may be more excited, more relieved for having punched his ticket to Division One than Alexey Sarana. Alexey, congratulations on the victory over Wesley So. And I have to ask, how did you keep your composure about you knowing that so many games in this match just got away from you that you could have won maybe at least 2 games earlier? How were you feeling? What were your nerves like heading into that Armageddon battle?
Yeah, thank you very much for congratulations. Yeah, this match was tough, but surprisingly for me, I didn't really have very bad position. I felt like I after the first game I realized that I can fight, and even in very boring, very equal position, I felt like he is like few levels up than me in some endgames and some kind of easy positions. But I realized that I can fight, and yeah, and in the Armageddon, I was quite optimistic, but and it goes first not very well, but then yeah, turned out very good.
Well, I want to go back to the Armageddon, but I'm going to go back to their games because I don't want to let you off the hook. There was game 2 where there was this F8 queen and then rook D7 for mate, right? And then there was that fourth game where you're winning in the rook ending, and somehow there's this crazy trick with F4. Did that not
Yeah,
emotionally get to you? How did you handle that? It felt like you just barely let the match slip away. So how did you keep your composure?
yeah, it pissed off me a bit, but it's okay. I didn't lose this match at those points, so I can play next. Uh,
Yeah.
and I felt like I can fight, and then in some easy positions, he didn't really feel the dangerous. He play on win, and then suddenly he played on win too much, and yeah, and suddenly in these games I got winning positions from a draw, and then yeah, then he's fight very well.
Yeah. It's great. I mean, you did keep your composure. He did fight well, but I guess you fought a little harder or a little better. But I'm gonna move on from that topic to our first question from chat. Paraphrasing a little bit, a question about Armageddon. Psychologically, going into Armageddon, uh, you had missed the win, but it was a swindle, as you said. You felt good because you didn't lose. At least it was a draw. But I'm gonna kind of build on this question and say you bid low enough to get black, but then you were stuck with white. Take us into a little bit of the Armageddon psychology to build on our question from chat, and just talk about your thought process as you were heading in there and ultimately ended up playing the white pieces with your bid.
Well, I usually calculate like 2 minutes, like 5 to 4, then it's okay for black, and it depends on the opponent. With usually I feel much better with white, but against Wesley I felt like I can't get a big advantage from the opening, and I did a bit lower than usual. So I usually put like 8 minutes, maybe even more there. I put less, and he beat 7-10. And I felt okay. We always go to some end games and we make like 100 moves, and I felt that it's a really good chance for me.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so I think
Well,
like it depends on opponent. If opponent's very solid, it's better to beat more, to beat less. I mean, that's 730, 720. And so I saw some matches like Magnus against Nakamura, and when they had like 15 minutes and they beat like 8 minutes. I don't know how it's possible to play, but they feel that they can do draw with such a low time. But yeah, I can't, and I think for me 730 it's okay,
Yeah.
not less.
Well, with the bids getting riskier and lower, white tends to win more games in Armageddon. So I mean, I'm sure we could talk about this for a long time, right? There's a lot of interesting theory here. But all right, I'm going to give our next chatter a chance to get a question from Gregor Holes wants to know which world chess champion, dead or alive, would you like to play and why? Fun question from chat. Lighten the mood.
Yeah, I wouldn't be very surprising. I think I say I would say like everyone with Fischer. With
Hmm.
Fischer would be very interesting to see his level of play
Okay,
because he
great
played
answer.
not for so long time. Yeah, on very top level.
There you have it, chat. Bobby Fischer. Good news, I guess, is that you don't have to play one world champion who's still alive, Magnus Carlsen, tomorrow. You're playing Vincent Keimer tomorrow. So your thoughts on that? You're not playing Magnus. You're playing Vincent Keimer. Your thoughts on that match?
Actually, I'm happy a bit against Vincent. I'm still underdog, but against Vincent, I have some chances. Against Magnus is always very hard. And I remember that last year I played against Magnus and it was almost without chances. And for games, it's hard, but it's possible as well. Yeah.
Yep. Well, you got it done today against someone who's, made a lot of people feel that way. Wesley, so maybe not quite as often as Magnus Carlsen does, but Wesley tends to be pretty good at these rapid time controls, and you sent him to Division 2, so you should be feeling pretty confident. Congratulations, and best of luck tomorrow versus Vincent Keimer.
Thank you.